Hey YouTube, welcome to today's video where I'll be painting against the clock. Here's the reference photo that I'll be using. So I've got my sheet of paper and I've divided it into 3 sections and I'm going to be starting with the 10 minutes. So let's see what happens. Okay, so the clock has started. I'm going to start with pencil just so I can try and figure out the spacing for this column because I'm not actually too sure. Okay, I've already started off too far to the right, but I'm definitely not looking forward to the shorter time constraints, but hopefully it will be still something that's recognizable. I'm going to try and talk my way through this process, but I really find it hard to multitask when it comes to drawing. So I'm just going to do, just a really loose outline. I also don't know how it's going to work with the paint drying and layering, but we're just going to have to deal with that when we get to it. Okay, so I think that's the basic bird shape, and we're about a minute in at this point. Okay, the stump doesn't really matter. Okay, so I feel like this is too small. This is the thing, when you start timing, you realize how much you faff around, and I am trying to work on just getting the key shapes in all my paintings down a lot faster. So this is actually a good exercise for me in order to just free up a bit more, be a bit more relaxed. Okay, right, we're a minute and a half in. I need to start. So I'm going to start probably with the orange. Let me lighten some of these a little bit. Okay, let's get some orange on the go, which is running out, so that's not too good. Okay, here we go. So where should we start? Need to remember to leave in some white highlights as well. So I don't know, can you cheat in this? Can I use a hairdryer? I'm guessing not, but that would be ideal. Just trying to pick out at this point which bits I want to leave white for the highlights, and I'm still learning how to do that, to be honest. But one thing I love about watercolor is when you start to add in the layers and you get those contrasts, it looks lovely. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of that. I mean, I'm gonna leave those bits white, maybe, I don't know. Okay, 7:42, not doing too badly. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that it dries somewhat, and I'm gonna start on one of the other colors in the meantime. Start with the brown. So I've got some brown in here. It's also kind of slightly gray towards the eye of the bird, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that again. Like, sometimes less is more. You just want to suggest colors are there, but you don't actually want to paint them in. What am I even saying? Oh, I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Okay, still got 7 minutes. Maybe I have more time than I think, but I do want to add some layering. Okay, brown. There is like a slightly light brown, really light brown wash on the underbelly. Okay, and the tree stump. Okay, that leg is probably too fat, but whatever. Probably gonna maybe I'll use a slightly different shade for the trunk, just to get that differentiation. But I'm kind of happy, or I am happy with the main shape so far. I'm gonna start with the beak as well, because I do definitely want to make sure that that has time to dry, so I can add in another layer of black, just so it stands out a bit more. But I've seen quite a lot of artists do this challenge, and the outcomes have always been really interesting, and I just thought I'd give it a go myself, because why not? Okay, so that's layer 1. Now we can do the wet on wet, and add in some of those darker bits of the orange breast. Okay, that's probably a bit too much water, oh gosh. Okay, approaching the halfway point. It's not too bad at the moment, to be fair. I don't really want the beak to start to bleed a bit, but it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to insert some elevator music here or something. I would sing, but you definitely don't want to hear that. I like to think I'm a young Mariah in her prime, but other people might disagree, but... Okay, gonna leave that. I forgot about the rest of the belly. Gonna go for a blue, I think. Slightly blue shade, just a tinge. Yeah, it's kind of almost grey. And again, trying to remember to leave parts of it white so you can imagine with the negative space. Like that. Yeah, that's looking good so far. And I think I'm going to use some of the blue as well in the tail, because that aquamarine blue is really useful sometimes in terms of creating shadows. Maybe I'll go for the back to the brown for the feathers. But I just thought it'd be nice to do a robin because, you know, we're in autumn, approaching that time of year, and I've been practicing birds. The leg is slightly darker. Okay, I've got 3 minutes left and I have not done the feet actually. Let's make them slightly darker. I don't really like drawing birds' feet because I never really know how to approach it, but hopefully this will look not too bad. This one's there. Okay, maybe let's add a bit more brown into the head. This isn't going too badly. I'm quite pleased with how it looks at the moment. So that's positive. Again, who knows how the others are going to turn out. Definitely struggling here though. You can see that the paint wants to move. I think I'm going to leave that, and I'll probably go back into the eye and hope that that orange next to the eye is slightly dry, so I can add another layer. It does definitely make a difference when you're able to layer up, especially with darker colours. And not subliminally, and unconsciously I've decided to just stick with this brush. I'm not bothering to change. Okay, 2.5 minutes left. I mean, I would do more, but it's quite difficult when the paint's not fully dried up. I think it's just tweaks. I mean, I could leave it like this, or I can wait until the end and then go in again with one last layer. Okay, so far so good. Let's be careful around here. And maybe I will add in a tiny bit of blue or grey up towards the head here, just to suggest, you know, that there's a bit of colouring. I don't know if I like that. It'll dry lighter, oh well. And up here, this actually goes higher. Okay, this area here, I wish would dry, but I can't wish time away. What am I doing? I think I'm overworking now. I've got 1.5 minutes left, but to be honest, I think I'm tempted to leave it as it is because I can't really add much more to it when it's still quite wet. This bit maybe could get a bit darker. Here, I don't know. But I'm just really conscious of overworking. That's what I don't want to do. Let's add a bit more here. I mean, I think I'm happy. I've got 48 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, oh God, it looks like it doesn't have another foot. It does have another foot, but I can't add it in. And now I'm just panicking for no reason. Let's add this. Last little bit. Can I get another bit of black into the eye just before the buzzer goes? And the answer is yes, luckily. Okay. Let's add a bit here. This is a bit darker. Probably shouldn't be using the black, but here we are. Okay, so the 10-minute bird is done, the little robin. I'm really happy with the way that it's turned out, and I did manage to get some layering in. Most of it was wet on wet, but there was a few points where it had slightly dried, so I can get more of a contrast, but I'm really happy with that. And now I'm gonna move on to the 1 minute. Okay, I feel like I'm prepping for a race, but 1 minute, let's go. I definitely don't have time to be doing any pencil, so we're just gonna try and get the main shape. Okay, we've got some orange. Why is it so pale? Okay, 45 seconds gone. That is not good. Okay, brown. Let's get some brown on there. The brown head. Everything's so pale. Why is it so washed out? Okay, there we go. And then the wings. Okay, 30 seconds left. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we've got that down there. Got a bit of blue. We need an eye. We need a beak. Okay, beak. Eye. Oh my god, 16 seconds. This is not looking good. Why is it so dark? Oh my gosh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay, let's just neat that out. Oh my gosh, this looks so bad. Well, evidently, yeah, that minute flew by a lot faster than I anticipated, but yeah. On to the 10 seconds. Lord knows how that's gonna go. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my god, why does the colour not come out? Okay, then it comes down here, and then we got some brown. What's the brown? This. Oh my. Yeah, that was intense and extremely poor, but what did I really expect for 10 seconds? The paint wasn't even coming out, but we don't have an eye, we don't have a beak. It is what it is, but on the plus side, I am happy with the 10-minute robin, but yeah, as for these, maybe better luck next time. But that's all for today. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.